We hear a lot about the elevator speech, in which you are supposed to introduce yourself and pitch your project in the short time that it takes to ride the elevator. Have you ever tried that? It's a tall order. And although you might be able to get someone's attention in that short period of time, you need to go much deeper and have a lot more substance to really keep them engaged in the conversation. And this is best done in a series of steps. Now, the first step is to really understand what your speaking style is. A lot of times we think we need to imitate what we believe to be the correct way of speaking, and there are a lot of highly charismatic people online that we think we might have to try to compete with. No, you should be yourself. You don't want to try to overstretch your charismatic comfort zone. And at the same time, you might be too toned down where you really could come out some more. Well, one way that we have of getting at this is something called the Talent Dynamics Profile Test. This gives you a very clear picture of your personality strengths and there are 8 profiles. So you might find that you are, for example, a creator or a star, or a supporter, or a deal maker, or a trader, or an accumulator, or a lord, or a mechanic. These are the 8 profiles. And each of them not only leads to a different style of thinking and action, but very interestingly also will sort of set the parameters for how you can be your best as a speaker. And all the styles are different. Well, once you have this information, I can help you debrief this to discover your own speaking style. But the thing that really, after that, is to look at your Pick My Brain profile and all of the branches on it. For example, is your headline engaging? Are the core values that you express the types of things that make people say, yes, I'm that way too? How about the story that you tell about yourself and the fun facts? The fun facts that you list, are they the kind of things that, yeah, tell me more about that. I'd really like to know. I didn't know that about you. Or your portfolio, what kind of images and videos are you posting that make people want to know more? And of course, your offers, whether free or paid, are they the kind of thing that make people want to say, yes, this is a person I want to get to know better. Then once you have the key, the sort of centerpiece of this whole thing, will be your introduction video, because people are more likely to go first to the video and then see if they want to dive deeper into the text and other links. So creating an introductory video, which will then open the door to further conversations. Now, this is easier said than done. It's not easy to stare at the camera and create a video where you don't know who's going to be watching it. And with more than half of the population considering themselves to be introverts, this is quite a challenge. It can be an anxiety-producing experience to speak without notes or without looking like you're reading your notes in front of the camera and have something engaging to say. It's not easy. Now, as an introvert myself, I've had to overcome almost all of the hurdles that are possible to imagine in becoming a public speaker. I was very shy of being on stage when I was much younger, but I learned how to do it, not only in English, but in Japanese, which led me eventually to twice becoming a TEDx speaker, once in Japan and once in Norway. I am a regular on Japanese television and radio now. One director told me in a documentary we were making that the audience through satellite broadcasting was approximately 100 million people. So I learned how to be relaxed in front of the camera and not have to change myself fundamentally just because there's a camera on in front of me. And I also wrote a best-selling book on world-class speaking, and I was certified as a world-class speaking coach by Craig Valentine, the world champion of public speaking. And he told me all kinds of tools. The thing I like about Craig's material is just give me a tool that works every time. Well, I've used a lot of them, and I can share them with you so that you will also find a tool that works for you every time. Now, the secret weapon now that we have to actually take this even further is something called Project Speak Easy, and it is a an AI tool that I have access to that I can use that you can use to record yourself and play it back, redo it if you don't like it, use speaker notes, actually coach yourself, or send it to me and we can really polish it up to the point where you're really, really happy with it. And then the next stage, of course, will be to create your introductory video on Pick My Brain and then begin reaching out to other amazing brains who are also on the platform and start having these awesome conversations. Because as Charlie Tremendous Jones said some years ago, you will be the same person in 5 years, except for the books you read and the people you meet. So Pick My Brain is a wonderful platform for doing both of those things and transforming yourself and transforming other people and transforming the world through the new knowledge economy. So join me in this journey. I hope that my long journey will become your short path, and let's walk and talk this together.